Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to introduce one of the most influential people in 2020, Donald Trump. So about 2 years ago, a shocking video spread quickly on the internet, and the video was shot by a 17-year-old girl. In the video, several white police officers are seen pinning a black man to the ground, and a police officer even presses his knee against the back of his neck, putting almost his entire weight on him. A serious street protest participated as Floyd families fighting for justice, especially for those who are easily ignored by. He offers not only professional assistance in the law, but also emotional support. So first, I'll briefly introduce Dan Crump. Briefly introduce Dan Crump and the issues of American police excessive force, George Floyd case, and the conclusion. Dan Crump is an American attorney. He specializes in civil rights and personal injury cases, such as wrongful death lawsuits, and he has been practicing law for nearly 25 years. He is particularly concerned about social justice and those who are vulnerable to be ignored. He doesn't care a lot about money or taking cases for the sake of winning. He just wanted this case to shock the conscience of American people, and due to his legal reputation, he has been referred to as Black Americans' Attorney General. These are a few of his famous cases, and they have in common is that they are all victims of police overuse of force. Most of them are unarmed at the time they were killed by police. The youngest was only 18 years old, and some were just walking home, some were stopped for minor infractions, and some were even sleeping at home. Despite this, they were considered dangerous. It is not hard to find that they have another thing in common. They are all black. So next let's talk about police excessive force in the U.S. This has been a controversial issue in the United States in recent years, and I have found some statistical results. As you can see in the chart on the left, despite the unpredictable events that lead to fatal shootings, police nationwide have shot and killed over 1,000 people every year. And after analysis, the chart on the right shows that although half of the people shot and killed by police are white, Black Americans are shot at a disproportionate rate. They account for less than 13% of the U.S. population, but are killed by police at more than twice the rate of white Americans. It turns out that even though there has been a Black president in the United States, it has not eliminated the discrimination against people of color in American society. And many white white people see people of color as having the label of possible criminal. So things happened on May 25th in 2020. George Floyd was shopping at a grocery store in the U.S. and when the clerk suspected that the $20 he paid was fake, the clerk asked Floyd to return the product, but Floyd refused and wanted to get into his car and leave immediately. So the clerk called 911 for help. Police officer Chauvin, the one you can see in the picture, and his colleagues arrived and asked Floyd to put his hands up. Floyd was sitting in the driver's seat and said nervously, "What did I do? Please don't shoot me. I'm not a bad person." And the police pulled him out of the car and put him in handcuffs. Because Floyd was struggling to get into the police car, the three officers worked together to hold him down. The next thing that happened was that Chauvin got down on one knee and pressed on his neck for almost 9 minutes. Floyd said at least 20 times that he couldn't breathe and told Chauvin that "You're going to kill me." The onlookers at the scene also said, "He's not moving and you're going to kill that guy." But the officers ignored them and held the same position until Floyd stopped moving, and Floyd was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead an hour later. This is the first described of death of George Floyd from the police. Everything in the police post is technically speaking true, but taken together, the post is deeply misleading and works to obscure the officer's role in his death. There is no mention about the police restraining him to the ground in prone position or of Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck, and it doesn't mention that Chauvin remained in that position for up to 9 minutes. So Ben Crump, as lead attorney, assists Floyd's family in redoing the medical examination and suggested that the primary cause of the death was not a health issue, and that the health issue that the police had claimed, but rather suffocation caused by the pressure of the weight. He also urged for Chauvin's initial charges to be upgraded to first-degree murder, and the remaining officers have to be charged as well. Also, he called for donations for peace and justice. Not only that, he was also a spiritual supporter for Floyd's family. He accompanied them through their struggles and attended Floyd's funeral. He also called on the public to face the issue of racism. On the afternoon of April 20, in 2021, the jury found Chauvin guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter charges. And on June 25th, he was sentenced to 22 years and 6 months in prison. This is the first time in the U.S. history that the police have been held accountable for improperly enforcing the law against African Americans. It is obvious that Ben Crump alone cannot help all of these who need help. But when I look up for information about Floyd case or Ben Crump, I saw countless cases about innocent Black people have been killed by police or even so-called brave people, and for all kinds of ridiculous and unreasonable reasons. But only a few of them were covered by the media in the big way to get people's attention, support, and righteousness. And I think Ben Crump's role is to use his own power to stand up for them and bring this issue to the attention of more people. maybe the cases we can do personally are not as fast as they happen. So the fact that he brings this whole issue to the attention of more people and helps in any way he can is his contribution and influence to this society. And I think that is why he is one of the top 100 influential people. Thank you.
I want to ask, is George Floyd's case that made you decide to choose this topic?
Sorry, can you?
Should I repeat the question again?
Okay. Okay. So Stephanie, can you repeat?
Okay. Is George Floyd's case that makes you decide to choose this topic?
Yes, because I saw a lot of news when George Floyd was killed. At first I don't know Bancroft is the attorney. After I searched for his, and I saw that he has been the attorney in that case, so I choose Bancroft.
I would like to ask you a question. Because in your presentation you said lots of people are launch marches on the street and want to show their opinions on this kind of topic like racial criticism. However, do you think that this kind of topic can be completely solved in one day, maybe in the future?
I think it can be solved in a few days, but that's why Bancroft have to do a lot of effort to prove this issue. And he says that Bancroft has said in one interview that it takes a lot of it takes more effort to for Black people to have the same life as the white man. So he's still working on it and try to improve the equality between Black men and white men. I didn't I don't know the the money he charged, but I think he won a lot of money for Floyd's family.